Hello book friends and welcome back to my channel. It is so nice to have you here. It has been a hot minute since I've filmed anything because life's busy. Life has been busy. We have been achieving some incredible book goals that I'm really proud of. I thought by doing the BookTube Newbie tag, it's an opportunity for me to get to know you, you to get to know me, and also to share some of those fabulous things that I've been working towards. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So much like the mid-year tag, I have written all of the questions down in my book reading journal. I gathered all of the BookTube Newbie tag questions, kind of collated them from everybody else's BookTube Newbie tag videos that I have seen on YouTube. I've kind of like picked them apart and picked the ones that I think will bring out the best questions. Number one, why did you start this channel? For me, starting a YouTube channel, it kind of just fit with every other aspect of online book blogging, bookstagramming, and activities that are book orientated that I have been doing as a way to show, capture, record, and also go back and look at memories of what I have achieved and create a community as well, and kind of not necessarily create a community but broaden the community that I have already found and that I've worked in and towards. For me, it was just a given that I started a YouTube video as kind of an extra form of connecting. Number two, what are some unique things that you bring to BookTube? So a few unique things that I feel like I bring to BookTube is the fact that a big part of my life in this past year and a half has been creating a book festival for my home region. It has been an incredible journey. It has been hard. There have been lots of laughs. There have been a few tears, but there have been really big moments of celebration. Just this past month in July was our very first festival. It's a one-day book festival and we're called the Riverina Readers Festival. For me, I feel like I bring a unique perspective in that I hope to bring you along on some of the activities, some of the planning, and also the delivery of a book festival and what that actually looks like, because it's been my brain baby for a very long time, and then to see it actually happening in person is quite incredible. To film that and to bring that to this YouTube channel, I think is really unique and also really interesting. Question number three, what am I most excited for on BookTube? I think for me, being on BookTube, it's a sense of feeling like I belong in a community that I have consumed for over 10 years. I started watching YouTube when I was about 15. I was watching Sasha Olsberg, and at that time she still lived at home in the US before she'd moved to the UK. Her just exuberant love of books really convinced me to start picking up books, and that's really some of the beginning steps of my journey in reading and falling in love with books. Watching people like her, watching people like Reagan from Peruse Project, who I still watch to this day. I feel like I have grown up with them as they have grown, and you know, Reagan's married and a home and everything, and you know, I think belonging to a community like that where you can watch from afar or you can be really involved, but you can just still be really happy for that person in what they've achieved and what BookTube has done for them and created a whole career and a lifestyle for them. And I think that's not necessarily something that I'm seeking. I'm not seeking that growth or success or that YouTube being that kind of outlet for me, but it's more a creative outlet and a way that I can engage with the book community and my book friends in a different way. So that's what I'm excited for. Question number four, why do you love reading? I would say that I love reading because reading evokes emotion. And for me, my background is social work. So I went to university to study social work. Human emotion, human behavior, and understanding how a community, a society, a group works and engages with one another is really fascinating. Reading books is a way of developing your empathy, developing your understanding of emotion, other people's perspectives, pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone and outside of your linear thoughts to grow and to experience something different. Like, I have friends who physically have traveled all over the world, but for me, I've had the comfort of my own home and I have traveled with people to all of these different places. And I know that might sound really crazy, but I feel like I have been enabled to see the world through fiction and through books. And I think that's really special. For me, reading has also propelled me into different opportunities. I have not only worked and managed a bookshop, but I have obviously created the book festival. I run my own Bookstagram where it's a bit of like lifestyle and me and books. And then I also have my book blog where every so often I will post a written review, or it'll kind of be a bit of a mental health moment or a check-in or just something really fun that I'd like to share. And then another thing that I love about reading is that it's also propelled the opportunity of writing physical book reviews for a local newspaper. Those are all really special opportunities and aspects of my life that I'm really proud of that reading has been able to do for me. So in a nutshell, that's why I love reading. Question number 5. What series got you into reading? If you are one of my beautiful book friends that has followed me and had come over either from my blog, melreviewsherbooks.com, or from my Bookstagram, you will know that Throne of Glass, which is up there on that bookshelf by Sarah J. Maas, that gal, she got me into reading. As I mentioned before, I was about 15, 16 when I really got into reading, and fantasy was my first. I loved Throne of Glass, but I also loved Cassandra Clare's Mortal Instruments. That was something that Sasha Olsberg was obsessed with. She loved. Those two were absolutely my jam. Strong female characters, really great plotting, addictive endings, and also it's just really, there's just something really special about waiting and anticipating that next book to come out after it's, you know, left you on a cliffhanger. And I distinctly remember sitting in some of my high school classes just being like, oh my God, when is this going to end? I just want to finish my book. Like, I want to go home. And I didn't really tell anyone in high school that I was becoming such a prolific reader. That they're my OGs. Question number 6. What questions do you have for your favorite booktubers? My questions to my favorite booktubers wouldn't actually really be about books, because I think I find event planning and social media content and businesses, I find that all so fascinating. How have you continued to create content that is consistent and original for such a long time? And also, how do you continue to be inspired? How have you managed to keep that fresh and keep that like yours, I guess? Yeah, they would be my questions. Question number 7. What challenges do you foresee? If we're talking BookTube, I totally foresee inconsistent uploads, but that is because I've rattled off the other things that I dedicate my time to. I also work a full-time job and I love my job. I work in the social work field. I work in community. For me, that does take up a lot of my time, and sometimes it's not just a regular 9-to-5 job. Question number 8, and this is going to be the last question. Where do you read? My main places that I read, like if I'm talking week to week, I usually try to read for about 20 minutes to half an hour of a night time. On the weekends, I'm absolutely reading on this couch, or I'm on my armchair over in the corner with Peach, or I'm out in the park. I love to read outdoors. I do find it a little bit distracting. On a beautiful day, it is really nice to be outside soaking up those vitamins and reading when I can. I find it hard to read in coffee shops unless I've got music on, but I do enjoy it at times. There's a beautiful local coffee shop that is nice and quiet and cozy that I enjoy going to. I'm more of a get a takeaway coffee kind of gal and come home and snuggle up and get back in my jammies and read again. But on a rainy weekend, you will find me back in bed, cozied up, reading with a coffee and maybe a muffin. And those are all the BookTube Newbie questions that I have planned for today. If you want to know anything else about me, comment it down below and I will endeavour to get back to you. Or alternatively, come over to my Bookstagram, which is Mel Reviews Her Books. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.